Hey friends, welcome to my page, Daily Cross with Dar. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. How is everybody? It's time to make another Christmas sign. So we are going to make our Mrs. Claus Christmas sign. It says cookies make spirits bright, and she has little gingerbreads. So two of our favorite things. We love Mrs. Claus and we love gingerbread. So how is everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope your day was good yesterday. Mine was very full and I did get a lot done last night. So I know several of you have sent me messages saying, I thought you were going to post your sale. Yes, I just got it posted last night. So I did post the sale over in the not VIP group. Well, I did post the link there. So on Shopify. So all of my painted Easter decor, all my things that I had at my craft show, I now have over there on sale. So as if you are local, you can do porch pickup. If you are further away, you may still get it in time for Easter, but these are pretty much for people that really wanted to paint stuff, don't have time, and just want to get their hands on some of it. So yeah, at a discounted rate, I did a really good discount for you guys. I did 50% off, which is huge, 50% off. So it's only for a week though. I want to make sure that the sale's wrapped up before I leave for Africa, which is coming up soon. We just had our final Zoom meeting yesterday with Nancy Economou and the group. And mainly she was there at the tail end. She has such a good group that are in charge of so many things for the trip. And her husband's going, and yeah. Did you know that? Did you know she's married? She got remarried and she's so happy. And none of her kids are going this time. I think one of his kids is going. So that will be exciting. And then, of course, Miss Krista Mahan from Chocolate Tour is going also. So there's two of us going from Chocolate Tour, nobody from corporate, just us two. And we're going to have a wonderful time. I'm so excited. Anyways, welcome to my page, guys. If you are new here, I'm Darlene Brown. I have been a creator forever, since I first came out of the womb, probably with a paintbrush in my hand. So ever since I was a tiny kid, I've been making something, getting on my mom's sewing machine at 5 years old. I said it's her fault. She taught me how to read. So I read her Singer sewing machine, so I knew how to sew. It's all her fault. And then painting since I was tiny. I would paint just really great, fun things. And anyways, we're going to make this. I'm going to teach you how. The kit is available. It's one of the Christmas kits. It's in the Christmas section. I'm going to give you the links for the sale, and then I'll give you the link for this. How about that? And we'll get started. So just say hello so I know you're out there watching. And let me put you down to this project. You don't want to watch me. You don't want to see me. You want to see this fun project. Okay, and I can see that I need to adjust my camera just a touch. So look at how stinking cute this is. Mrs. Claus, you are adorable. I love you. Let me just move my camera just a little bit. I think the earthquake made it move. Probably. Hey, you guys, we had so many earthquakes the other day. It was just so crazy. I don't even know that I don't think I talked about them. Let me see. Okay, there. I just put it on silence. Okay. And let me go to comments so I can see everything. Okay, I was on a Zoom meeting yesterday, and gosh, my whole day was so busy. And then to sit down to that, it's like you're just like laser focused because you don't want to miss anything. You want to make sure that you remember every single thing that you need to do. This weekend will be my weekend to pack. At least my suitcase is empty, so I get to pack with a fresh suitcase. I do have things that I had purchased months ago, and I'm like, okay, what all did I purchase? I know I have my shorts to go underneath my skirt because you do have to wear a skirt the whole time. So you definitely want to have shorts. Couple of reasons. These chubby thighs rub and they would be sore. Second reason, the breeze comes up. You don't want your skirt flying up and everybody seeing everything. So shorts are mandatory pretty much. So, hey, Laura, how are you? Hi, Doris, my sister. Hi, Sherry. Good morning, Carrie. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Carol. Good morning, Sandy. Hi, Karen Ross. Hello, Chris. Hi, Billy. How are you? Hi, Sarah. Good morning, Lynn. Hi, everybody. Hello. So let me put myself up in the corner. Darlene's going to the corner right now. Okay, there we go. Isn't this so cute? And then I found some ribbon that I had, and I only have enough for probably 40 people because I think it had 50 yards on it, and I'm going to be taking at least 10 of it for me. And then after that, I won't have ribbon. So ribbon is always kind of one of those, if I have it, I'll give it to you guys. If I don't have any, then of course you don't get it. So, and jute for the top part. So we'll set that to the side. Let's bring in our board and let's get started on this. So many fun things on it. Little teeny tiny gingerbreads. Just so much goodness. I'm going to give you the links for, let me give you the links for the sallow. There's a string in there. It's from the ribbon. I'm like, isn't it so cute? Look at all the tiny detail. So much. I know, bring on the Christmas. Absolutely. Oh, Laura, doing good. It's new puppy day. Get to pick her up this afternoon. How exciting is that? I'm so excited for you. I wish I could get a new puppy, but honestly, I have no room. And I don't need a new puppy, but I just love puppies. They're just the best. They are the bestest ever. Okay, let me move this. Who'd I miss? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sandy. Okay, let me put this down. Okay, so got an update from my older sister, Dorothy, last night that they actually let my dad go home, which means back to his assisted living. And he will be on a 1 hour check. So they will be checking on him every hour. And he has to push the buzzer. He has like a little buzzer thing on him when he wants to get up. He has to push it. He doesn't have the option not to push it. He has to do that. So I'm hoping that he actually will. And he's going to start physical therapy. So that will be good. He needs to get stronger. He's got to get his legs stronger so he can move himself, and arms too. He's got, your whole core strength. You need your core body to be strong so that you can move yourself from your wheelchair to the toilet and to the seat in the shower without falling, right? Okay, I'm just going to replace a couple of these. I don't have very much tape on this. I hope I have enough for 2. I think I do. Let's see. We'll try. And what exciting is going on? Okay, so we had our Snoopy, our Peanuts launch, and there were tons of Snoopy transfers. I got mine. Did you guys get yours? I'm so excited. Super excited. And then if you spent $60 or more, you get a $60, no, you get a 20% coupon for, it's like a kickback. 20% kickback. So on your next $60 order, you get 20% off. And that starts on the 18th, I believe, is when that starts. So that's pretty cool. I love just anything like that is great. Let me turn the volume down. Sorry, I just hit my phone. Okay, let's get started on this. There's a lot of pieces. I don't know if I'm going to have a second board. I'll probably hang this board off the top. It's kind of, I think I can fit it all on here, but there's a lot of pieces. This one's a little more expensive because there are a lot of pieces to it. And I was going to give you the link. Let's see. Farmhouse frame to come in. Oh, yes. I know. Me too. Cheryl, watch some videos of people with using them. Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I watched some too. And here's what I want to know. Who knows the answer to this? Because some of you guys have already done this. Okay, what was I doing? I'm getting you the link. I told you I would. When you are doing the resin coasters like that, do you pour part of it and then you chalk on it and then you pour the rest so that the chalking is in between? I know some of you guys have done the resin. I haven't done the resin because I was afraid of the smell. I did see Brenda Durant showing the respirator that she wears when she does her resin, because it is important to protect your lungs. You don't want to just do the resin. I mean, some people do when they're doing their Facebook Live and they're just doing the resin, that you are supposed to protect your lungs, because there are fumes that come off of that. So I've always been afraid of that, and it does say that on there to use it with good ventilation. Okay, I'm sharing this. There's the link for that. I'm gonna bring it over here. So this is the sale that's going on in my Shopify website. Okay, and then I am going to get you the link for this. Okay, so let me grab that link so that you have that. So I know it's easy to forget to use those, the design dollars. It's easy to forget to use them. I used mine all up. I had 400 design dollars because last month was a really good month for me. I did good with sales, and that's not unusual for a leader to have that many. And I'm not saying it to brag. That's how many design dollars I got last month. When you sell a lot or purchase a lot for different things, you end up with a lot of design dollars. So I spent every one of them yesterday. I did. Okay, so here is the link for this one. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let me see. I'm reading comments. Hi Pam, how are you? Laura says, yes, resin, let cure completely, chalk your design, and resin again. So you do half and then you do the other half. Okay, perfect. And Sarah did the resin and seriously had little to no smell. Okay, I need to do it then. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pour it. I'll mix some and pour it, and then we'll chalk on it. And then I'm just going to start dividing this out. And then we'll mix and pour the rest of it so it can sit. So, because I want to be able to show the whole process, but I think if I just have part of it already ready for you guys, that would be good. I know it has to sit overnight to cure. The new stuff that they have is in a small bottle. It's already pre-mixed, and you make it you make it set, you make it whatever, harden by using a light. So I know that. Okay, so there's a little red heart there. Buttons are green. There's a little tiny gingerbread right here. Teeny, teeny, tiny. This is lace. Okay, so you have your candy cane. Okay. Yeah, I just need to do it. Here's the thing. I just have so many allergies. Okay, this is red also. That I have to be very cautious. And so I have not tried it because Darlene is being cautious. This is pink. This is pink. White for this. The glasses are going to be red. Okay, so hearts are red, glasses are red. I'm just trying to separate according to colors. Here's some more white. The little lace, but we can put the words up here. Those are white. Make spirits bright. That can go up there. This is I'm going to have to put this part on another board. So we are going to have another board for just this piece right here. Maybe we'll do it for the big piece. We'll swap that out. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the head, her face, let's see, here's her hands and her nose. Those are all flesh colored. Red for the berry. Okay, that's going there. Green buttons, green holly. White for hair. That can go up here. And okay, so here's what we're going to do. So pink for the dress, pink for the pocket. Okay. Maybe I'll go like this. That'll be easier. Okay, and then I'm going to take this board off. We'll do the backer on a different sheet. Okay, so there we go. All right, so it didn't all fit because there's a lot. However, I just need to grab another sheet, which is probably underneath everything here. And got paper stuck to it. Of course it does. It has a ton of things stuck to it. All right. While I'm doing this, I want to make sure I don't lose my cheat sheet, because I like to have my cheat sheet there so I know what colors to do. Okay, so we have this. Here's another backer. Our backer. Okay, so I need to do red down here, red up here. The center part, I don't need to paint. The brand Art Resin has no smell. Okay, Okay. And you've used Hobby Lobbies and it about kills you. Yeah, you know, I have used the kind that I got from Amazon years ago, and it was really bad. You've tried others and your face swelled shut. You might have to try. Okay, so I wonder if you do bigger pieces with the light cure red. I'm not sure. Can you do bigger pieces? Maybe. Maybe. Does anybody know? I like to ask questions because I don't know the answers, and because I'm like so cautious about it because of my allergies. I don't want to be in the middle of doing something and have to say, sorry guys, I got to call 911. You know, I just don't want to have to do that. Okay, so Tuscan red is our red we're going to use, and I'm going to adjust my seat up so I can see a little bit better. Oh my goodness, guys. It was a lot of effort to get all of my pictures of all my stuff taken yesterday. So I hope that I saw one order come through this morning. I'm hoping that people do order from the painted goods, my painted projects, because it took me about 6 hours to do it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we're going to do this. We'll set it to the side. That way we have all our other stuff over here on the other sheet. Okay, so there's that, making it nice and smooth. I like to take just long strokes across. I like to go crossways, not up and down. Okay, all right, set that to the side, and it can be drying. Okay, what else is red? Because I have this in my hand. So eyeglasses are red. Now, each of these little gingerbreads has a little red heart painted, but we're going to use the stylus to do that. Hearts, berries, glasses, all are red. Okay. Okay, so then we're just going to start up here. I'm sure you could work. I'm sure you could, but would take a while. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying with the light that you could do bigger projects. Okay. Yeah, I just wonder if it would be strong. I just need to try it. Okay, so it would be really cute to do the resin over the gingerbread to give them kind of a glossy look, but it really isn't my style. Okay, so what I don't want to do is I don't want to start doing it on a bunch of things that I'm taking to my craft show and then people expect me to do it on everything, because I'm not going to do it on everything. This is burlap. Okay. I would generally do the rolling pin this color, but it has it burnt umber. So I'm just going to stick with the color that the sample has on it. All right. Oh my goodness. So I haven't really felt any more earthquakes. We're still getting tiny ones that we can't feel, like 1.0, you know, I mean, they're still registering on the earthquake counter, whatever they have, you know, on their website, but I can't feel it. I just know that, set my finger right in there. I know that the small ones are good because it relieves the pressure in the plates. I do know that, you know, we're here on the San Andreas Fault. We know that, but we chose that. We chose that. I would rather have earthquakes over hurricanes and tornadoes, because guess what? An earthquake, you don't have to sit there wondering if it's going to hit your area. It just is out of the blue, happens, and you don't prepare for it because it just happens, and then it's done. So, and the most of the time it's not going to cause damage unless it's like 7.0 and over. So it might shake some things off the shelf like it did for some of my friends. Many of my friends here had stuff shaken off the walls, off the shelves. So, let's see. Regular UV resin from Amazon gives you a headache. Yeah, mine too. And I didn't have UV resin, but I had regular resin that I did for rocks. When I used to paint the rocks from, is it Sicily? I think that, you know, those white rocks. The really fancy white rocks, Santorini rocks from Santorini. Is that Italy? Maybe. Okay, let's just work this way. I would paint them. So I would do Disney characters. I would do inspirational things. And the rocks were about like this. And then I would put them on a cookie sheet. And not a cookie sheet, on a what? Oops, I painted. I went too far over. The handles are going to be green. So, oops, this is burnt umber. I used to put resin over them to protect them. Oh, I got the hiccups. but it was a pain in the butt. It really was. I really never did too much resin. Hiccups, go away. I ended up just giving my resin away to somebody that did cups because it just wasn't my thing. It's not my thing. Earthquakes are no fun, but no to tornadoes and hurt. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather just take the earthquakes and then it's just done. Hi, Diane from Michigan. Hi, Vicky. Sarah says you take a tornado over earthquakes. Oh, yeah. I guess, it's just what you're used to, for sure. For sure. Yep. I know. Yeah, there's no warning. It just happens. And then it's done. You don't have to sit there for hours wondering if it's going to come to your area. So I guess that's what I like, is that, it's really out of your control. It just happens or it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm going to fix my eyes, my little eyes I filled in accidentally. I got some paint in there. Let me see if I can get it out with my stylus. Sometimes I can. I'll probably use a marker. I used to go over it with marker. Okay, so this is warm beige. I use that for the flesh tone on here. I use warm beige. Okay, let's start up here. Let's do all of our white that we need to do. There's white down here also. I will be doing the stripes on my candy cane, probably just with the stylus because that will be the easiest. I'm going to bring in a little dish to put some white paint in. You can prepare. Yeah, I guess. I know. It's just what you're used to, honestly, I guess. Okay, white paint. Don't need that much, Darlene. You painted some Tourmaline stones too. Yeah, you still have some. Yes, they're very pretty. They're very smooth. I used to do rocks. I loved it. I did so many rocks for our area. We had our group, Santee Rocks, and we would post hints of where the rocks were hid. Here was the problem. I love for little kids to go out and find them, but we had big kids that decided to ruin it. We had a guy that would go around, and I don't know why, but there's like a lump. I'm trying to get that off of my thing. He thought that he should go and find all the rocks. And I was like, oh, when I saw him collecting, I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I bet you have so much fun rehiding them. And he said, I don't rehide them. I keep them all. And I'm like, you keep all the rocks? The whole idea of this is to find the rocks, hide the rocks again. Find them and hide them. Maybe keep one or two that are special to you, but not keep them all. He goes, oh, I have a huge collection at home. It made me so mad that I quit. I quit doing rocks because of him. And on the very last time that I hid rocks that I knew he was going to be out there, me and my sister would go around and he was following us. So he was waiting in the parking lot. He knew my vehicle. And he knew that we went every Saturday morning and walked along the area. Excuse me. A certain area. Okay, so he knew where we went, which was kind of like a stalker. He knew our routine, which was a little scary. And we saw him, and he immediately started following us with his backpack. And we just pretended like we were dropping rocks here and there. Boy, oh boy, was he frustrated because we actually didn't ever drop any rocks there. We went somewhere else and put our rocks. But he was looking all over thinking that we had dropped them. So anyways, he was the end of my rock painting because I was like, if there's an adult that's just going to take all the rocks instead of letting kids, then that's ridiculous. I'm not doing this anymore. So I quit. So I quit doing it because of him. Which was sad. Okay, green. My buttons and this. You do that around here too. People keep them and then they tried to sell them. Yeah, I've seen them sell mine too. I did some big rocks. So I used to go and spend like $50 every few weeks on big, huge boulder rocks almost. And then they were nice and flat. They were like river rocks. And some of them were big and I'd have like a whole Disney scene on it. And I used the acrylic markers on it, and I would trace the pattern, And people would say, you're not really painting because you're tracing. I'm like, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm making it for kids. Because somebody said that. Somebody said that about, are you freehanding? I'm like, nope. I'm tracing the outline and then I'm painting it in like a color book. And they're like, well, you're not really painting. Yes, I was. People are just ridiculous sometimes. So, anyways, there'd be a great big huge Disney scene. I think my sister still has one of them. I loved it, but sometimes people just ruin it, you know? Yeah, they sell them. They anyways, it is, why do people do that? Why do people do that? Oh, the handles need to be green too. I will bring back that brush and I will do the handles green. Maybe I should tape it off to make it nice and straight. I do have some blue painter's tape here. I should do that. Let me tape it off. My blue painter's tape is stuck. Part of the tape came. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Okay, I think it's dry enough. I think it is. I'm going to tape it, and then I'm going to paint the handles so that it's completely straight. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. What's tonight, guys? Survivor. I don't get to watch it till the next day, though. It didn't post it last. See, I don't watch it on TV. I watch it on my app. Okay, this is not sticking because it's not completely dry. I'm just gonna hold it. I watch it on my Paramount app, so sometimes it'll post like at midnight, and if I'm still up, I can watch it. But I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. All right. How's it look? Okay, let's do our gingers. And then I have black right here on this. There's just like a tiny, tiny bit. And let me just, the end of my brush. So do you ever have a brush that just has like a hard end on it? I just cut it off if it does. Because when I'm feeling it, it's like that paint isn't going to go on smooth if it's like that. Okay, so I did hear that some of the Peanuts collection is getting low. Specifically, some of the ones that were from the last release. So if you need to get any of those, make sure you grab those. I didn't have an update in the afternoon about the ones that released yesterday. But we were told that some of the ones, like I think it was the A-size ones from before, they're getting low in quantity. I don't know if they're going to reorder them. Probably not going to reorder from the very first one. They will just let it go. Let it go. But the new ones, they are so stinking cute. I'm so excited to get mine. I'm hoping they ship today. That would be nice because I'd love to get them before I go away on vacation, just so I can show you guys some fun projects with them that I have in mind. Okay. Let's do our black. We just need like a teeny tiny bit of black. I think I can do it with a stylus. It's that small. So let me just get a tiny bit. I'm so glad Sai was voted up. Yes, I know, for sure. Yeah, I have my favorites. I do have my favorites. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I can't wait. Cannot wait. At least it gives us something to look forward to. And my husband likes to watch other things. And we have other TVs in our house. But guess what? I actually had a TV on the wall in here for forever. And I took it off. I think I don't know. I think it's somewhere. But we have other TVs, but I don't watch them. I just put my arm in that. I'm trying to reach right up here and get just this. So the band on this is like her hair band, or basically like a, like a hair thingy in her hair. A hair thing. What is it called? Hairband? Hairband? Something like that. Yours is on the way. Yours is already? Oh my goodness. I haven't looked this morning, so I'm hoping that mine's on the way. Oh, yes. Lots of prayers for you tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I hope so too. That is not fun. It is not right for someone to be in pain. They definitely need to get that figured out for you. Okay, I'm trying to put this somewhere safe because I'm going to use my heat gun. I don't want it blowing away. Okay, so I did find out that when we go to Africa, that the place that we're staying at, one of the places we're staying at, we probably will not have any electricity. So that brings a problem with my CPAP machine because it has to have electricity. So I probably will be without it for a few days, and we're only allowed a certain amount of luggage, so I may not even take it. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, they're on rolling blackouts over there right now, and a lot of times they don't have electricity at night. So we were told to expect that, and that also means that there's no water. So that means no taking showers, and the toilet might have an issue too. So that can be a real challenge. It can be a real challenge if you don't have water to flush your toilet. Yeah, definitely can, especially after a long day out there at the different villages. So never a fun thing. But it will be a very good experience. It's a whole new area, so it's going to be like something, just a whole new different experience. We're going to basically the poorest place in the world. One of the villages that we're going to, it's like the worst of the worst. So they desperately need us to bring them solar lights, and that's what we're doing. So it will definitely be a very heartwarming experience, and knowing that we're helping people that need it so desperately. Yeah, they're also trying to figure out the whole food thing, because what other people that had been recently were telling us is that the food at the convent where we're staying, they gave us some examples of what they have, and it's nothing that I can eat. So I may have to take 100% of my food, which will be a whole second suitcase full of my food. Yeah, I know, it's going to be great. We're going to be staying, we're not going to be really roughing it, but no electricity. So we will be inside. We'll be inside of the convent, but as far as, just a lot of times they don't have electricity. It's like rolling blackouts here in California, but worse. That it doesn't come back, It will be okay though. It will be fine, because it's what I am supposed to do. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to serve the people. I'm excited to go to some of the rechecks. We're going to go to a recheck at night. So what we'll do is we'll go to a village that received their lights, and it will be completely dark. And then they will be doing their presentation, and then they will turn on all their lights, and it will glow. And it's just so exciting to be able to know that we help them have light like that. So I haven't been to a revisit at night, which is going to be really exciting to do. I'm excited for that. Oh, a little bit more. Makes you grateful for what you have. Yeah, it's life-changing for sure. So I was talking to a lady that comes to visit me from my church that I haven't been to in years, but they still visit me. We're talking yesterday, and I told her that, you come back and you think, I don't need this and I don't need that. I mean, you just come back a whole different person. And even though I've been there before, it still just changes your whole thought process of what you really need in your life. I mean, you become more of a minimalist, because you don't need all the fancy things. They're so happy with just nothing. You look at that, you're like, how can they be so happy and they have nothing? They only have family. And that's what's really important, is family and friends. That's the important things in life. So, yeah, for sure. And the dancing and the laughing. I love the kids. The kids are great. Yeah, the kids are just the best. The best. It's always fun. I remember Tracy and we taught the kids how to sing a song. I think one of them was "You Are My Sunshine." I think that's what I can't remember. We actually have it taped, probably still. I'll have to look. And I would love for you guys to say some prayers for Tracy. So many of you know her, Tracy Wagner. She's having some health issues right now, and she could definitely use our prayers right now. Yeah, I don't have an update on her yet, but definitely had some heart issues last night. So in the hospital, and I don't have an update this morning yet. I wasn't able to go on and see, but would love for you to say some prayers for her. Okay. I do have some details to do. We'll pull everything off of here to do those details because we want to make sure that everything is the correct color. And this word here, I have it backwards, but it's okay because when I finally do it, it will be forward. It'll be the right way. So I just have it on the board backwards. So we all get so attached to our stuff. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You sent them out to her. Thank you. Yeah, she definitely needs some prayers. Tracy and I went to Africa together, and we've done many things together. We've been on incentive trips together. Even though she's no longer with Chakator, she is my sister forever and ever. You know, you make those relationships. Companies, it's kind of like changing a business. Like you work somewhere and then you don't work there anymore. That's okay. I never hold it against anybody that leaves a company, because guess what? It's the same as being in a job and your coworker says, "I'm not happy here. I need to find something else." So you don't want to say, "No, just stay here because I'll miss you." No, sorry, that doesn't work. You want what's best for them. So I always want what's best for my friends and what makes them happy. Okay, let's dry all this and then let us ink our edges. We'll do cheekies on our Mrs. Claus. I have to do hearts on the little gingers and stripes on my candy cane. And yep, that will be it. So yeah, she is amazing. I love that. They're scheduling like a echocardiogram and stress test. Okay, yeah. I'm glad that they're going to do all that right away. I did see that. I just didn't know if she had any results back. I did see that part. I briefly read it, and definitely sending prayers out to her and her family. It's got to be scary, you know. I don't know how far she lives from a hospital. That would be one of the most scary parts, is that if you aren't close and thinking, I'm having a heart attack, I'm going to die before I get there. You know, that type of feeling is just not fun. All right. Want to make sure it's completely dry. You don't ever want to ink it when it is still partially wet. It will ruin your ink pad and your project also. So make sure it's completely dry. The hair part, I can see it needs to dry. Hasn't changed color yet. So there we go. Starting. Okay, looks good. Let me bring in the sign. Let's make sure that we don't have to do another coat. Sometimes red can be really picky, and you might have to do like a third coat on red. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Thank you for all the prayers for Tracy. Okay, we're going to take this off. We're just going to start assembling. Start putting it together. Okay, get all our stuff, and then we'll take it back apart. So these are different lengths. Okay, so you have to kind of try it and see which one goes where, because one is shorter than the other, the lacy part. Cookies make spirits bright. They do. They always did at my house. Okay, Okay. All right, and then 3 gingers. These little gingers are all the same size, so you don't have to sit and stress over that. And I know a bunch of you guys ordered this when you ordered your Christmas ornament kit. So you're probably just waiting for me to do it to show you the colors that I used, even though they're on the sheet. Still, it's just easier sometimes, right? Sometimes it's easier to watch somebody create, and that is a-okay with me. Okay, the pocket, there's a heart. I'm not going to put it in there right now. I'm just going to set it there because in case it's wet on the side. The hairband. Okay, there you go. There are some buttons. Button. Who's got the button? Okay, some lace on that pocket. There is a candy cane. There is a lacy collar. A tiny ginger. Then we have this. So I'm not sure if I like this color of the brown, but that is the color the sample was. I'm trying to just do it same as the sample so that you guys can see. I probably would actually do it light buttermilk is my choice. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and take this off, and then we'll take our board off, and we'll do any details that we need to do. Moving that down. Okay. All right. Okay, let's take it apart now. Okay, so we need little hearts on the gingerbread. So we need the hearts on those. Okay, so all these need hearts. Need stripes on the candy cane. And I need cheekies, cheekies on Mrs. Claus. So, all right, here we go. And I have lots of white left over. I hate when I waste it. And I got a frog. I got the frog in my throat. Okay, so I have the thing for cheekies. Okay, and I'm going to use, and guess what? Something had red on it. Maybe the edges of this had red because I just stuck my fingers in red paint somewhere. Somewhere had red paint. All right, let me just get, where's my water? My Clorox wipes got left open. Got to spray some water on them because they're not even wet. I can hear my trash trucks out there taking away all that excess trash. We are a trashy family. Okay, I'm going to use blush pink for the cheeks. The rolling pin, that color makes the ginger. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Yeah, it does make it pop. So I think that's why they did it that color. Okay, so we have our blush pink for the cheekies. Have our little dauber. Let me go in closer for you guys. Okay, there we go. And just gonna stick it in the paint and then tap it onto my paper towel, and I'm twisting it. I want to get off a lot of that paint. I don't want it to be super dark. as it ran away. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna twist on the cheeks and give her some little rosy cheeks, basically. But they're not rosy. They're pinky. They're pinky cheeks. All right, there we go. Sometimes I will do a little highlight on them. I'm trying to get them round. It's not very dark. You really can't see it. There you can. Okay. I'm going to do a little highlight on the cheeks. I have my white up here. I'm just going to grab it and do a little dot. Okay, we'll dry that when we dry everything else. So we need some red. We're going to do our stripes on our candy cane, which was hiding under there. Hello. What I think I need to do, guys, I need to put down some tape on here because when I dry all these, I don't want it to run away. Okay, so I'm going to just stick all this stuff on here because it's, it's going to try to scatter on me. Okay, so I'm going to look at my little cheat sheet. Where does my first red stripe is the second stripe. Okay, so this is really tiny. I'm using my stylus. Okay, if you want to use a teeny tiny brush that has like 2 bristles on it, you can. I'm just going to use my stylus because it's just as easy to do that, to paint with the stylus. and get those teeny, teeny, tiny stripes and not have it jump. I'm trying to hold it with my finger and not have my finger be in the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just painted my nail. Ha! I just painted my nail. Okay. Trying to hold it. You could hold it with your detail tool with that little pointy part. Okay. And then I'll put it onto my tape and I'll use the other end of my stylus to press it down. Okay. Now, all of these guys need to have little hearts. Now, the teeny tiny one has a teeny tiny heart. So you're going to do 2 dots and then you just pull it together, okay? You just pull it down so that it makes a heart. I'm going to stick them all on here. Let me go in closer, closer, closer for you so that you can see what I'm doing. The little hearts. Let me move the face. Okay, can you see? So, barely. Can I go closer? Okay, so I'm doing 2 dots. So now I can use the bigger end because these are a little bit bigger. 2 dots. Okay. And then I flip around to the other end and I just fill that in. So just fill in that little area with paint. Okay. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Getting all of our little gingers painted. I just want it to stick just a little bit on there. It doesn't have to be all the way on. Flip it back around to the larger size. Do my 2 dots. And then flip it around and pull it together. Okay. And just continue. So, and then we'll dry these. And then we got to ink everything. So we'll probably wait to ink this because it will take a little bit for the hearts to dry completely. And you definitely don't want to mess any of them up. But there's lots of other things that we can ink in the meantime. And then glue together. It is not too early to ever start making Christmas, guys, especially if you sell at events. It is very smart to start ahead of schedule and just put things away. Like if you're doing shows all the time and you need regular product, then you probably don't have time to do it. But guess what? Christmas sneaks up on you, and even if it's for yourself or for gifts, it is nice to be able to do a few things ahead of schedule and just have them there. And then you pull them out and you're like, look what I have. Or have a little Christmas section in your home. There's nothing wrong with that. I have my Christmas tree up in my cabin that I don't take down. It's just there. I don't have any other Christmas stuff that I leave out, but that, or do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I think I have a Christmas moose that stays up all, but it's kind of like a cabin moose. Okay. All right. I think we're done with all of our paint. I'm going to move this over and we're going to dry. So I have all my hearts. I have my stripes. I have my cheekies. Do I need anything else? I don't need anything else. This one has its own little heart. And then we're going to ink everything. Hi, Holly. How are you? Thanks for sprinkling. I appreciate it. Okay, make sure that if you guys need to get the Peanuts transfers, go ahead and order now so that they don't sell out, or order as soon as you can. Make sure you're using your design dollars. If you're a Perks member, your design dollars, you receive them each month and they expire within 30 days. They don't roll over. Okay, so you want to use those. Same with designers. Your design dollars that you get for your membership expire in 30 days. Your design dollars that you earn by selling product, those have a longer shelf life, basically, if that's what we want to call it. I'm just kind of patting it down. It kind of raised up, so I'm just patting them back down, and then I'm going to hit it once again with the heat gun, and we'll call that good, and we'll start inking all the other edges. We're not going to ink the white because it just needs to stay really white. Guess what? I painted this the wrong color. It's supposed to be green. It's supposed to be green. I probably should redo that. Yeah, the lace part is actually supposed to be green. I'm looking at going, why isn't it looking right? Okay, let me just grab my board really quickly. How funny is that? So this is supposed to be green. Hey, we have it base coated already. Let me just do it. It's okay. That's why we assemble and take a look at it. All right. Okay, let me go out a little bit. That is like really huge. Isn't that funny? You wish we could use them for the new releases, or if we didn't have anything else that much. Oh yeah. So yeah, it just I wish that they lasted a little bit longer. So that's what I wish. I wish that they didn't just last for 30 days. I wish that that it was longer than that. But they have reasons, you know, it's business reasons. So they want you to order each month. They want you to spend them each month. They give them to you and they really want you to spend them on something. And it's a good thing to get new product in your hands, or if you need a chalk paste or you need another squeegee, spend that $20 in design dollars. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is going to be so much better. I'm like, why doesn't it look right? I would have been gluing it together and had it together and go, oh no, I did the wrong color. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, they have their reasons, and their investors are the ones that run a lot of that. You know, they have investors now. It's what happens sometimes to companies. They used to be privately owned, but you know that it changes. Things in the market make it so they can't do that. It's, you know, they've had investors for a while now, and investors sometimes tell them what to do, and you know what? That's what it is. It is what it is. So I love all the new designs. I love that they are partnering with Peanuts, and they're looking at other brands for next year. It's a ways off, but there's actually conventions that they go to look at partnering with people, and it is a huge investment, because like the Peanuts collection, it's a 2-year investment for them. And what if it failed? I can't imagine Peanuts failing ever. But what if it had? Then they still have that commitment. They still have to follow through. And one of the main things with the Peanuts collection is that they are not allowed to discount it ever. So, you know, sometimes they have their sales and they do 75% off. You will never see Peanuts transfers on sale ever. You will only get a discount if you're a designer or a Perks member. That's your only discount you will ever get on a Peanuts transfer, because that is what they agreed to. So they have to be careful about how many they actually order. Okay. All right. Okay. There's like a couple little dots there. Okay. I think we're better. I think we are better. And yeah, I'm happy with the color. Sorry about that. I do make mistakes. I make mistakes sometimes. Okay. So yeah, it looks a lot cuter. Oops, that's a small one. Small one goes here. Okay, we're going to be taking this back apart, and we're going to be inking the edges. Some of them are white, and some of them are going to be with the regular color. Okay, let's take it all apart. Let's do this. And it kind of bowed up because of the heat just now. I'm going to kind of straighten it out. Disney would be amazing. Yeah, definitely Disney would be amazing. I would love to see them work something with that. They would, yes, yeah, no, I totally agree. Okay, so this is going to be brown. So the outside is going to be brown. I have to look at my cheat sheet. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to have to go back and forth. Okay, this is our regular inking on the outside part. Okay, and so is this. So I'm going to dump all this off. Our white, I'm not going to ink on the white at all. It's going to stay the same. Oops, do I do that? Yeah, I do. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I gotta talk to myself, because that's what keeps Darlene's brain organized, is talking to herself, because, you know, that's just the way it is. Okay, and we're just gonna let's just build this. Okay, so white is going to be on this. This is going to be white. All right. And other side also, nope, just that one side. Okay, so just this side, white. Is that the right one? I think so. Can you please make the project smaller? Yes, I sure can. Thank you for asking me. Thanks for reminding me. Sometimes I just need a reminder. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate it. You were working at Scentsy when they were doing Disney stuff. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's awesome. Scentsy has a lot of really fun things. Did they do Marvel also? I mean, it's always a suggestion to do things like that. Pricing is the biggest thing, and how would they make stencils out of those things? It would probably be like just like sayings and things like that. You have to be really careful. You don't want to have a copyright issue. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay. Next. Okay. All of my gingers, I am going to do them with my brown. Let's get, so this is going to stay. So cookies make spirits bright. I'm not doing anything with the words. Those are just going to be there. Okay. My Mrs. Claus, I'm going to do her with the regular ink pad. Her hair with the regular ink pad. And also this, okay, this, yeah, the little holly leaf with that. I have the little berries. Just barely doing a little bit. The glasses, just barely touching. Just a little bit of ink. And then the nose. I got to do all of those gingers. Got to do her clothes. And the pocket. The hearts. Yeah. All the things. With the regular one, I'm not doing anything with the white. White is staying white. Okay. I'm doing the buttons. Okay, got the other heart. Got the hand. I'm just barely tapping it and turning. Okay, so I'm tapping it and I'm turning the project. See how I'm just turning it? I have it with my fingers and just turn it. Gotta do all these little guys. Now this will be done with white because it needs to show up. It's dark, so we'll use the white for that. Okay, just barely doing the gingers. Just like tapping and turning, tapping and turning. My little candy cane doesn't need very much, just a tiny bit on it. Getting all the things. That little piece of tape just holds it in place. Like when I was drying it with the heat gun, you don't want to blow it all over the place and have the paint get on each other. So that's why I have that there. Okay, that can go bye-bye. All right. So this is the only thing I need to do. I'm going to do it with the white. And I have a Q-tip here I can do. Like, if you can't get right in here and make it go across and have it look nice, then use a Q-tip. And go around. Probably should finish that off with the Q-tip. Kind of doesn't look as good as it should. So I will grab a Q-tip that I have right here. And I'll just tap it on the ink pad. And then I'll just kind of draw with this to make the edge. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to glue together. We are ready. Oh, the mouth. So there is a mouth there. Let me just get my marker. Hi, Judy Kirk. How are you? We're doing Mrs. Claus. Let's see. You just Scentsy for a while too. Had to quit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You worked in the warehouse making the wax. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Is it up there? The Scentsy warehouse is there? I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. I actually can't be around it. So I had a very bad experience with a Scentsy crafter at a craft show. She was specifically told that you may not light the candles. You may not turn on the burners. Because we have people that are very sensitive. There were 3 of us that almost had to go to the hospital. It's that bad. Yeah, that was at a craft show. So she was not brought back the second day. She was told to please pack your stuff and don't come back because you can't follow rules and you're trying to kill people. Not really, but honestly, there are some people that are that sensitive. Okay, let's glue this together. Let's get our little thing. I always would ask if I even did an outdoor craft show, because there were some that I went to when Scentsy was around, and I would have to make sure that I wasn't around the fragrances, because it just literally closes my lungs up. So there's just some people that are highly sensitive to it. My mother-in-law in Oregon, not the one that's in Prescott, my mother-in-law in Oregon, she worked at a candle factory up there in St. Helens, Oregon. They had a candle factory. So she had really bad lungs. And I always wondered if it was from breathing in is it paraffin? Is that what it is? I wondered if it was from breathing that in. For years, she worked at the candle factory. I didn't know if that was something that affected, oh shoot, I have like a little white thing. Let me grab my red paintbrush. Gotta touch that up right there. Some of the scents gave you a headache. Hard to sell. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's in Meridian. Oh, it's in Meridian. Oh, okay. All right. So I saw something that was happening in Meridian yesterday. I don't know if you know about it, Cheryl. There's a guy that has cancer, and he is trying to go around to every single state and do something either with the food banks or feeding the homeless. And he was going to be there in Meridian yesterday at the food bank helping distribute the food. Have you heard about him? I'm trying to think of the name of what his name was. If I find it again, I will repost it. But he was going to be in Meridian. He's heading to Salt Lake soon. They're going to be feeding the homeless in Salt Lake. And I just thought that is just awesome. But I figure you probably knew about it or heard about it. You had allergic reaction from a Scentsy. But not all bother you. But you're scared to try other. Yeah. You know what? And there's many people that have all those things in their house, all those smelly things. And I can't do any of them. If I go to a friend's house and I walk in and there's candles burning, I have to very politely ask if they could please put the candles out while I'm there. I feel so bad, but they close up my lungs. Not a fun thing. We kind of need to breathe. We kind of need, and I know some people think that we're being dramatic, but it really isn't. I mean, I struggle to breathe when I'm around that stuff. Yeah, it's really sad. It's sad that it's that way. It hasn't always been that way. Has not. When I got all my other allergies, I also become allergic to fragrance. I am trying to get enough on here. You didn't hear about it. Okay. Yeah, I figured it would be in the news, but maybe not. Maybe it wasn't as big of a thing. My friend that is in charge of Utahns Against Hunger, she had posted that he's going to be in Salt Lake, and she was asking for donations to help I think they were doing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless. So she was asking for donations to help pay for that. And I went on his website and I saw that he was actually in Meridian yesterday. Crazy. So, gluing it together, getting her done. Let's get her done. I'm doing the words first because I happen to have this sponge right here. We'll do the words first. And then most of the other things, we don't have to use the sponge. We can just use the glue. What time is it? 8:01. Boy, time just goes by so fast, guys. My mornings go by fast. My puppies were not good puppies this morning. I had to clean up after them. Sometimes I wake up and they've made a potty mess. Literally. Literally. Yeah, I love my puppies, but sometimes they're a pain in the booty. But I cannot leave my doggy door open. I have to have pee pads. There's too many coyotes. We are so close to the hill that there's just no way. I would not put my dogs at risk by leaving open the doggy door. Coyotes will come right in. Okay. Okay, this goes up. Trying to just do it exactly where it's at. I should have done the nose first. That would have been easier, Darlene. Nose, where's your nose? Who's got your nose? There it is. Okay, there's your nose. Okay, gonna do my buttons. Button. Who's got the buttons? Okay, and then my little pocket. Oops. Does that fit? Is that the right one? There's 2 hearts, so I should have pre-fitted it to see. Yep, that worked. Okay, got my candy cane and my little ginger right there, and then my big ginger here, and then there will be the hat or the hair thing right there. That's going on right there. Gonna make sure that's lined up. Make sure you're lined up. Okay, there's a hand, and there's a little heart right there. See if I can get just a little bit. It's all coming together, guys. It is all coming together. So cute. Okay, I need my sponge. I need to do glasses. The glasses. I'll look at comments in a second. Sorry. Okay. Right there. Okay, I need to do the lace on the collar, and then there's lace across there, but I'll use the sponge to do the tiny lace. It goes there. Okay, have my berries at the top, and then I have all my gingers, one over here, here, here. I have my little rolling pin that goes down here. And then there's 4 gingers on that. Okay, so have my berries at the top. And I'll lift this up so I can kind of see it, because sometimes sitting down like that, it's hard to see if everything is the way it should be. Okay, and then these guys go on the side, and then I think that's it. But I'll take a look and make sure I'm not missing any pieces, because that does happen to me. Look at how cute that is. That is so stinking adorable. We have to make the bow still. Okay, so super duper cute. Everything looks like it's lined up perfectly. We're gonna leave it right there, and we're gonna make a bow. Okay, we're just making a simple bow, guys. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Oops, there's a brush. Okay, let me see here. You live on Acer by the Hills. Every critter wrap. Yes, for sure. Let's see. Never been allergic to anything but last week. Used store-brand dryer sheets that were because they were out of the ones that you usually use. And then after the first, oh yeah, exactly, Carol. Fragrance can be really bad. I've been watching Lori Vallow Daybell. Oh, it's terrible. It is. Oh, it's terrible. Big in the news here, the autistic Central Paisley boy. Yes, that was shot. That was just so sad. That was so sad, Cheryl. I just don't understand how those things happened. I just don't get it. Okay, this is to hang it. It just is beyond me how those things happen. Okay, I'm just gonna make 2 bows. I probably have way too much ribbon. So what you do have to do, because this is a pattern, and it's candy canes that are straight up and down. When you tie your bow, make sure that your candy canes are going up and down, that you don't twist it the wrong way. Okay, does that make sense? So got to pull it through. I'll probably end up wasting some of it. I got to fiddle with it because I got to go back and forth and make it smaller. It doesn't need to be very big. Okay, and then I'll make the red one. So I probably need a lot less ribbon. I probably can make it so that, and look at that. So it's the wrong direction. So I need to twist that back. So just make sure that you have it so that the candy canes are all going the right direction, so they're not upside down. Okay, a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Just keep working it. Okay, that's probably about right. And then I'm just gonna do my little dovetail cut here. Okay, so that's extra. You can probably save those things. Use it for a messy bow. Okay, make that a little bit smaller. This side won't have that much extra, but, and I might even have to make it smaller than that. Might even have to. Okay. Hard to know until I actually put it up on there. Okay, then I'm going to try that. This is going to go in the center. And sometimes you might get a different color. You might not get that. You might get the white. If I can find the white. Okay, going to do our red. One side is more shiny, so I want to try to keep the right side out. And I'm going to make it smaller. Okay. Okay. Gonna do this. And I'll layer it, I'll tie it together, I'll put the little pom-pom things in the center. Now if you buy the kit from me, the first, it's like 40 people will get the ribbon. And after that, I won't have ribbon. So I just have a certain amount. Okay. Needs to be a little bit smaller, and then I'll poof it up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to make this shorter, and then I'll kind of lay it on top of it. I want the bottom one to be a little bit longer than this one, so it pokes out. Okay, backwards cutting always. Okay, yeah, don't ask me to teach a child how to cut with scissors because I don't know how. My backwards cutting can be a pain in the booty sometimes. Okay, there's that one. And then make sure it's long enough. You can always cut it shorter, but you can't add to it. So, yep, make sure. All right, so a little bit shorter. Fold it in half, cut your angle. Okay. All right, and now that's going to go there. That's going to go there. This is going to go in the center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold it in half, and then I'm going to cut right there. And I am going to, I'm not going to wrap it around because it's not that long. I'm going to wrap this around and tie it. So I'm going to have I have my little jute that I'm going to, maybe I'll do it from the back side. There we go. That would be smart, Darlene. Okay. And I just have one piece. Usually I have two. Oh, let's see. Do I have more? I have some more. Here's some more. Okay, I usually will do like 2 pieces to make the bow be a little bit bigger. So let's add this other piece in here. We'll just do the same thing. So I have 2 pieces of the thin jute. You know, I don't know whether or not this was put in with the kits, honestly, but you always have some left over. When I do stuff, I give you guys extra. So save up that stuff. I just wanted to add this in here. I just thought it was really cute. I did it the other day on one of the Easter ones, and it turned out so stinking cute. Okay, and then trim that down. So then trim that down so they're not too long. And then these guys, your little pom-poms, I usually will just kind of twirl them like in a circle, make them kind of do like as if you were wrapping them around a pencil, you know, like pretend like, so they kind of are in a circle type. They look like a circle, like they've been, you could put them around a pencil. Okay, like that. Okay, so there we go. That's going to go on there. I am going to plug my glue gun in, but it's too late. We're going to just pretend. I'll just hold it in place because guess what? Charlene forgot to plug the glue gun in when I first started. Okay, let's do the jute. Keep losing my shoulder here. And the big thing with the Boise School District is everyone welcome in their classroom is making news lately. Oh, I don't have a link for the pom-pom stuff at all. I got it about 6 years ago. I can see if I don't know if they still have it in stores. Is anybody, okay, I probably only need half of that. Does anybody still buy the pom-pom stuff? Because I haven't bought it in like 5 or 6 years. When I did buy it, I bought a ton and I'm still using it. It's just the pom-pom ribbon. If anybody has a link, go ahead and throw it in there for us. You are welcome to do that. It's just been forever since I purchased it. So it will come with the kit. So you don't have to worry about it. It will come with the kit. You might get white, you might get red, just depending on what we have available. Yeah, somebody might have it. If you got it, put it there for us. Or send Holly a message. Either way. Okay, so that's going to go there. This is going to go right up here at the top. It is a little bit big, but I think if you spread it so that it's more sideways, right there. Okay, I'm not a big bow person, but I just thought it just was cute because the candy canes. What do you guys think? Do you think it needs a bow or no bow? It would be fine without one. Okay, my customers would probably love it without one, but for this, I'm going to go ahead and put it on there. I'll just have to glue it on later. Okay, we're done, guys. Hobby Lobby. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, Hobby Lobby might have it still. I haven't purchased it from them, but try that. Sorry. Okay, let's turn around. Let me put you up to me. We're done, guys. Yay. Okay, pretend I glued it on. I'll sit here for a moment until my glue gun gets hot. There we go. All right, so now, because a lot of you purchased it when you purchased the ornaments, so you can still purchase the ornaments, the monthly kits. So we do a different monthly kit, like a regular one that is the blocks. That's what and the sign right here, each month. And then we also do a Christmas club each month. So ornaments, little standers, things like that. And then I have add-ons. So this was an add-on that matches the ornaments. So if you want it, it's still there. The ornaments are still there. I don't take them away each month. Okay, so I'm a little different than most clubs. Most clubs, either you get it that month or you don't. We leave it on the website. You're able to go back and catch up. If you couldn't afford the January, February kits, you can go back and get them now. They're there. A lot of people, they might skip a month and then they go back and they order 2 months at a time. Whatever works for you is fine with me. I try to work with your budgets because for me, I know how it is. I know I can't always afford everything when I want it. So I don't want to feel sad that I miss out on something, and I don't want to overextend and use a credit card for it. Don't do that. Okay? Don't buy more than you can afford. All right, I'm just letting you know. As a business person, may not be the smart thing to say, but I don't ever want anybody to go into debt over a craft, right? Okay, let's see. What color do I use for the skin? It's warm beige. And the brand I use is, here it is right here, warm beige, Americana, Deco Art Americana brand, and warm beige. So if you go back and you watch the video, you'll be able to, I will tell you all the colors. And then when you get the monthly kit will have the colors on the sheet. So you'll know, that I don't do that with all the kits. It's just the monthly kits. All right, beautiful both ways. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. It is Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll do a project that's that's quicker. Sorry. That doesn't take so long. And I'm adjusting my chair down. There I go. All right, guys. I love you. Hope you have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow.